yourself. People want to hear from you. I have an accent, right? There are folks that video I watch, they got stronger and worse accent than I do. But people connect with you.
Right.
And remember, this space is different. This is why today's way of earning money is so powerful. It is so forgiving. Matter of fact, do you know the videos that go viral are not the nice, flashy, well put together videos. It's the simple, average videos, because people today want realness, authenticity, transparency. So it doesn't matter if you, as a matter of fact, the more professional you come across, it's like you lose. Because in this, that's why a lot of big corporations are not dominating online. Because they are into that bureaucratic old school way of doing things. No, people, yeah, you come in with a jeans and t-shirt and you just talk to me. People want content. And they not care on what you look like. You can be tattooed up, you got your ears pierced, whatever. Today's world, they're not worried about these external things. What they're concerned about is content, right? Like you look at somebody again like Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas is a professional motivational speaker, right? One of the top 10s in the world now. But here's the thing, man, when Eric Thomas goes to speak to, you know, like Fortune 500 type people who are in suits and all that stuff, and he comes in there with his hat, with his sweatpants and his sweatshirt, and he's giving stuff just like that. Because what are they paying for? Value. That's what they're paying for, value. This is why, again, the book don't have to be all this and all crazy, like, you know, so that's really, if you notice again, go online. The people who are crushing it are kids, young people. Why? Because they throw it up. They just throw it up. They don't worry about if it look good and all of that. They just throw it up the best they can. And you see, but for most of us, the older we get, you know, we want everything to be so perfect, and we got to get this, and then 6 months pass, and then 7 months, and then 12 months, and then 2 years pass, and we still talking about what we wish we could have done. Meanwhile, the new hot thing is Instagram, Snapchat, and you keep getting more and more things.
And it's funny that you say that, because I went on YouTube researching something for Instagram, and here's a kid, you know, like maybe 10, 12 years old, and he did this video on how to create, you know, multiple accounts on Instagram. And it was actually, you know, the best video of the other videos that I found. And the way he's explaining it is like, you know, you kind of have to watch it several times to be able to understand it. But his, you know, video was the one that gave like the best instruction. And even though he didn't know like exactly how to explain it versus the other videos that were like more, you know,
exactly
planned out.
No, people want the realness. You look again like another guy like Gary Vaynerchuk. I mean, that guy curses from dusk till dawn, you know. But here's the thing, he's raw, he's authentic, he's real, he's been in his jeans and so forth. But why are people listening to him? Because they look at that, especially millennials. Transparency is important. The more we hide behind things, even hiding behind the screen, like I said, you can start out with that and you do some things like that, like webinars. People are already used to webinars being a PowerPoint presentation. They don't have to see you. But it's just be yourself. Matter of fact, even when you're shy, they love it, because here's why. They say, because they know what it takes and they can relate to you. So this is what I'm finding. I'm finding like the more you feel shy and so forth, is the more support you seem to get. It's crazy.
Like they want to reach you, like, oh,
exactly, and they want to support that, because here's a person who is just sharing what they know, rather than you coming with all your credentials and all that stuff. That's why even for me, I have credentials, but I don't really flaunt that. I don't mention all of those type of things because it's not necessary, right? Because again, not only that, but sometimes you can create a chasm between you and others. Now, if you go into Fortune 500, yeah, those things are important, because again, they're in that bureaucratic mindset. But most people that I deal with, and most people from online, like Anik and so forth, these guys have no degrees. And that's another thing I noticed. The majority of people making money online are people without the degrees. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So there's a correlation here. Because, and again, majority of successful business owners, and we're not down in degrees. Like I said, I have advanced degrees. But the whole point is, when it comes to business, man, it's the go-getter that wins. And honestly, sometimes when you have too much academic, it's a downfall. Because you are so scripted and by the book that you can't think and you can't take action. And that's what I see. I see a lot of educated people, they're not making it big. And they're working for the ones who are not educated. You know, there's that? Because the go-getters are out there, we're making decisions. They're not, hey, brother, we're just going to start the business. The other guy, he's planning forever. Planning forever, putting together all of these different things. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It has to be just perfect.
And that in itself can take you years, to try
Exactly.
to just, put it all together. And sometimes even if you buy the course and you pay thousands of dollars for the course,
Right.
You have people that don't implement what they, what they learn.
Right.
And still not
Right.
make, end up not making money.
And you're leaving money on the table, because if you put something up and then it's like, hey, you're going to see if it sells or not. And that's what I'm saying. The young kids are putting up all these little things, Angry Birds, and making any little thing, and people are buying it. Rather than, again, the other one who want to do, research and so forth. And I'm researching, I'm studying, and I'm gathering,
That's
I'm
me.
gathering. I feel you.
Paralysis by analysis.
And I've been there too. I'm like that too. But what I've learned though is that, man, just
I'm
chance
closer now.
get it out. Yes, good, well, good. And you got to get out of that, because here's the thing: your book can be out. You follow me? Like, they're more educated people than me, right? Right? Like, I have a buddy right now. Super. This guy got degrees like crazy, right? And I always tell him, when is your book coming out? When are you gonna have a book? And the excuse always is, it's like, man, I want it, but it has to be this, it has to be that.
It's
Say,
because
hey, I'm
sometimes
on number 7.
Because sometimes we think people don't want to hear what we have to say.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
maybe we think it's not.
But isn't that saying something? Because here you are with all these degrees and accolades behind your name. So that you see, that's why everything is mindset. You don't
Right.
believe in yourself. You don't believe in yourself, and you have to have that belief that if God has given you this skill, this gift and talent, then you owe it to the
Accomplish it.
world. You owe it to the world. So, and some things, again, is not going to always pan out, but hey, you want to find out. So the sooner you put it out too can help you to know whether or not people want it. And then you move on, change it or whatever.
Right.
You see? So I don't lose nothing by writing a book. You see what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Every book I produce, though, we're going to make something. So this is what I love. So every book I know I'm going to write, I'm going to make at least $1. And that's better than no dollars.
That's true.
Right?
$1 you didn't have.
And here's the thing. But here's when people start reviewing you from time to time, they say, this guy got 10 books, 12 books. What are they thinking? You see, you're already building up. So that's what I'm saying. Your losses and failures now are helping you with your success.
Now, now that you're talking about so many different books, do you tend to stay like within a certain topic? Is it all like if you're writing about business, will you stay with business, or can you jump from business to relationships to?
There you go.
Doesn't matter.
Again, what skills and talents do you have? You got to monetize all your different skills and talents. So I started out mainly, again, I'm a pastor as well, missionary, all of these different things. So my first several books were all dealing with, Christianity, spirituality, right? How to pray and so forth. Although they can all be applied into business too. But like I said, my undergrad is in business. I have a master's in project management. All of these are business related, right? And so it's like, I feel, and interestingly, those are where I was focusing so much that I wasn't giving expression to this side of me. Because again, the environment in which I'm in is mainly like churches, these kind of people. And so sometimes they don't understand the concepts of business and money. So, but I have to give expression to that. So it started with, for me, again, I would do blogging, and I would blog on those 3 topics: life, business, and money, which is motivation, inspiration, again, spirituality, and just business, money, productivity, time management, those kind of stuff. So yeah, it's different topics. I do have a book that I haven't written yet, that brought out yet. It's been in the works forever too. It's on marriage, right? It's called Marriage Principles, right? And you're right. So that's relationship, but I do have some knowledge in that there, but I have not brought that one out. I do need to bring that one out. And that's one of the things where, again, that could have been out. Here's my problem too. Like I said, we all struggle with that, because that's been for at least 5 years now. So I had that book, and then my wife asked me one question: well, is the book going to say anything about people with divorce? I said, well, so that threw me off. So because now I'm going to do research now on that to add to the book. Because for me, the book was all about how to have a good marriage and spicy and make your stuff nice. So I'm not worried about no divorce. Like, hopefully this book
Well,
is
then
not.
maybe that's another book.
Exactly. You're right. There you go. That's what I should have done. But I want to say, okay, maybe I'll have a chapter or 2 that focuses on life after divorce. But you're right. That needs to be a subject by itself. Right? Because if I'm telling you marriage principle, which is to keep your marriage together, then divorce ain't an option for us.
Right.
But if divorce comes to an option, here's my next book on it. Right.
Yeah,
So you cover
from
all
there, you
angles.
can, a series of books
There
can
you
be
go.
born out of, one book.
Yes. So to answer your question, definitely yes, you can have multiple things, but it's good to master one
Right.
particular thing or category. But yeah, you can branch out and leverage yourself into different things. You see,
Like for me would be self-help type of books.
right?
you know.
Because you read those things as well, so you can share different personal development, professional development. So yeah,
I like to encourage, empower, and equip.
yeah.
That's,
There you go.
that's the thing.
That's good. So always write and produce things that mean something to you and that's going to be a blessing to
somebody else.
somebody. And that's another thing with books too. Even if I feel, or courses, whatever I do, even if it is not a gain monetarily, but if it changes somebody's life, I'm content with that.
Yes.
Because to me, at my point in my life, money is really not an issue. Money is not a problem for me. Because I've lived with much, I've lived without. So poverty doesn't even scare me. Why? Because it really ain't that bad. Like people think that if you poor, no man, especially in America. If you poor, I see people living better than me sometimes, have better insurance than I do. So sometimes it's like this country, some folks are living large even when they are broke. Okay, so when you know that, for me, my biggest why, the reason I talk about money, I want to make more money, is the fact that what money can do.
Right.
And so that's really what this book is about. How to, make a lasting legacy, how to sustain your mission, your message or cause. If you have a business, you need money to keep it going. For me, I do charitable work in different countries, primarily in Africa. I need money to sustain that, right? And I write books, they ain't free. I gotta keep that going. So that's why we have money. But if I don't make more money, it doesn't take away from me. I'm already successful on many levels. So you have to figure that out too. You have to define your own success, because sometimes we think success is based on other people. And honestly, most of us chase success based on society's definition of success. Right?
Right.
But what is success in a nutshell? Success is simply setting a goal and achieving it. Right? So I said I wanted to be married by a certain age. I got married right on time. I said I want to have this amount of kids. Well, I'm starting. I haven't had all of them yet, and I don't know if I want to have all of them. So, but I'm on the way towards that goal, right? So, I academics, I have, all the way from 0 to all the way PhD. So I have enough. I've made money on different levels. So I've seen people. I'm around people making with millions. So it's not really an issue. So that doesn't make me successful. I'm already successful. I preach, I teach, I train, I go overseas and do mission work, I support the poor,
How do you do it
all
all?
of these different things, because it's inside of you. And if you don't get to do them too, that doesn't make me any less. Like if I didn't help one extra person today, it doesn't diminish who I am. I've already impacted people on a whole nother level. I'm not ready to die though, but I'm just saying. So Erica has to figure out, what is it going to take to make you feel successful and accomplished based on what God has given to you, not based on what America said, the American dream, right? I have something in that I should have called it, live your own dream, right? Make your own dream, not America. Like, think about it. Now, I understand what we're saying, but why do you want to live America's dream? What about Erica's dream? What if America's dream is not in line and harmony with your dream? You live in this country's dream, right? It has its own dream.
Right.
Praise the Lord, we all benefit from that. But this dream does not always have to mean this, the picket fence, this and that, and the house, and all of this kind of different things. Those are good things to have. But what makes us is who we are fundamentally. So if you're not where you want to be financially, can you still love and appreciate who you are as an individual? See, many times we ask people about themselves, right? We go to business stuff, right? We always introduce ourselves based on what we do. That's not who you are. That's what I do. Especially men. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Well, I'm an engineer, I'm a doctor, I'm this. And like, if we don't have those things, technically we cannot even identify ourselves.
But sometimes, like, if you're not making money, you feel, it's funny how money makes you feel, or
Yes.
having it, or the lack of,
Yes.
makes you feel like you haven't accomplished anything,
Yes.
or you feel depressed about it because you can't afford to do this or that.
Right. Right.
And I'm not saying money is everything, but it is important to have it.
It is.
Because it can facilitate a lot of things.
Yes,
You know?
yes.
Um,
But again, our identity and success is tied to it. That's why we feel like that, you see? So that's the difference. Okay, let me give you an example of joy and happiness, right? So, don't carry cash. Now, if I give you, what's something you value? Okay, so let's say I give you this phone, right? This phone is worth $1,000. So let's say I'm giving you $1,000. Are you happy? If I give you $1,000, would you be happy?
Well, it's, better than not having it. Or if you're
But
offering
would you
it-
be happy? Like, shame
Not-
the devil. I'd be happy if somebody give me $100 right now. Yeah.
Yes.
But you'd be happy. Okay, let's say I give you a new Mercedes Benz. Would you be happy?
I would be very happy.
Happy. All right. So now we're on there. So you'd be very happy with a Mercedes Benz because you had one, somebody stole it. Now, here's the thing. Okay, so that's the perfect example. Now, what would happen if I give you this Mercedes Benz today, you drive out the parking lot, and you get in a crash? Are you happy?
No.
No.
And
What
then-
happened? You were just happy a second ago. You just drove out there. Now you got an accident, right? Nothing is wrong with you. Praise the Lord. Just about like this, or someone stole your Benz. Are you happy?
And money's not everything.
No,
Yes,
no,
I
we
miss my
get to
car,
point. Let me show you the
but-
difference, though. That's what I'm saying. Where we tie stuff to. So you are no longer happy. Why? Because your happiness is tied to a thing. Or
True.
this particular thing. So that's in your mind, you can't be happy till you have this. And without it, you are not happy. So that's why happiness is not the ultimate goal of mankind. Or happiness is fleeting. Today you're happy, tomorrow you're not happy.
Right.
But how do we be constantly happy then? So here's the difference with joy. Here's the difference with joy. When you got your first child, were you happy?
Yes.
Right. But that was joy though. Because can anybody take your child away from you? No, right? Even if they
Well,
kill him,
why
you'll
not?
be unhappy. But here's the thing, your child brings you joy. You see? So this is my thing. When I go and serve overseas and I do different things like that, these charitable projects, intrinsically, there's no money on that. That's what brings me joy and happiness and fulfillment, right? So that's why when I got out the military, I went to work for a nonprofit. And let me tell you, I found so much fulfillment on that. I was making three times less than what I was making in the military. But I was more happy than when I was in the military. I was fulfilled. Why? Because I would get there sometimes 6 in the morning, don't leave till 6 in the evening. Because it never felt like work. For
Right.
7 years, by the way. 7 straight years, we were just, and I was fulfilled. That's why I still do it today. See, that's what joy is. Because nobody can snatch that away. Nobody can, you see, it's not a tangible thing like, you pull that away right now.
Right. Right.
But you give the money can go, the money and these things. So we tie happiness towards that. And when we don't have it, then it's fleeting, up and down. So we always need these things to make us happy. And that's the problem. We should divorce ourselves from too many material things that cause us happiness. Now, like I said, those things are important. They're essential. That's what we were talking about a while ago, right? That's monetize your skill. So we're not against money, right? But the whole point is, if you can divorce yourself from many things that cause happiness and replace them with the intangibles, the intrinsic, the internal, then you will live a life of more joy and you will have happiness in the process.
Right.
When you wake up with your husband, you should be joyful. When every day you see a kid doing something, that's the stuff that brings you joy. So now that's what I'm saying. You use your money now to create things that will give joy, because joy is longer than happiness. Joy lasts longer. Happiness is generally
The moment.
temporary, in the moment, fleeting. Have it, happy. Don't have it, not happy. Right? And that's why we nag each other. My wife can't make me happy, man. And your husband can't make you happy. He can only do it temporarily. But that's why, she doesn't make me happy and we got a divorce. She doesn't. And then you marry, and you don't realize you're the problem. No human being can keep you happy. Why? Because your happiness is tied to too much stuff. And you trying to make another person who trying to be happy themselves, you trying to have them make that stuff. No, we create moments of joy. That's why anniversaries come around, is joy. Whether or not you go to a 5-star restaurant, you can enjoy the moment, because it's what it is. It's really an intangible experience. It's a matter of the heart. See? So if you have more heart experiences, like I said, do stuff with your husband if that's what brings you joy. Create moments, because that's what the memories are. So and when you're sad, that's another way to get out of sadness and depression. You can now think about those joyous moments that you created, right? With your money. We went on the vacation, but again, I'm happy in the moment, but no, what did we do on the vacation? We went snorkeling. We never did that in my life. We created a scholarship fund. We never did that in my life. When you do all of these different things, when I look at the lives that we change, the thousands of young people that we've trained on how to do community service and outreach and give back. Look, every Thursday I'm over here volunteering at my church, teaching health. They do nothing for me. These people can't repay me, but I get joy. I get up out of my bed to go over there. Why am I there? I don't have to be there. Even today, they gave me a big stage. Maybe you can help. Now, a lot of people want to learn how to get their GED and want to do English as a second language. I have no obligation to help them. They're not paying me. But guess what? When I see them, that's what gives me joy. See, it's nothing you can touch. You can't take that from me. Nobody can take, not even them can take it from me. Because I think about it, and it's the experience. When I see a mother there, and people went, like today, right afterwards, one lady for the very first time, she said, oh my goodness, I'm so glad that I came to this health thing today. Thank you guys for doing that stuff. See, that's my why. That's what I like. And we're making a difference because the Rio Grande Valley has a lot of health-related problems. So those little testimonials, that's the why. So if this is what it means for me to have that, then that's what I'm going to do. If I need to get up early every Thursday just to come there, if I need to go beg somebody to present, that's what I'll do. Why? Because this is the outcome. I'm changing people's life, but whenever they say these things and I see the difference it's going to make. When somebody get their GED, now they can get a job, get into college. When some parent be able to speak English better, they're like, wow, that's my why. It doesn't take, we still met today. We talk about business, but that didn't take away from what I did today.
Right.
See? So even if, let's say, I didn't make no money today, for example, I already got my joy filled up.
Yeah, and that's worthless.
Priceless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Priceless.
I'm with you. Okay, so good stuff. This is an interview we can watch, and right there, you see how we're doing this right here? That's the podcast. Right? So this is a podcast. And guys, again, we recording with the Blue Yeti. Now we can take this. We have Audacity on the laptop here. We can export this, and this was an interview. By the way, we probably should take this part out and put it in your Facebook group. Because we just talked on something that is serious there. We talk about meaning. We talked about value. And so it doesn't matter where you are in your business. Don't even let your small business make you small. Business is your way of helping people. If you focus on serving people, by nature, people will bless you. Like, don't focus so much on the money. Focus on adding value. Love your customers. Think about their outcomes. And I guarantee you that if you seriously try to meet the needs of your customer, they will reward you. It's the law. It's a law of nature that when we bless one another, people want to reciprocate. Even if you think that this is not the world we live in, but it has always been from the day of dawn. Erica is helping me. Erica has done a few things just to connect me with other people, and here we are, giving up my time, right? Now I could charge $19.97 for this, but that's also not. When I see her book, that's what's going to give me joy, because I love book, man. I love book, guys. I love seeing books printed. I don't know. I like feeling them, touching them. I don't know what it is. So when I see her book come into print, that's going to give me joy. So if that means I got to meet with her and keep reminding her 15 times, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do that because I'm already foreseeing ahead what she's going to experience, because I know I've experienced it in others. So when she sees her book in print, I can tell you she might even shed a tear. But that's what I'm looking forward to. So that's the why. And so that's money already created, because you're going to make money from your book. You're going to tie a course to it. You're going to do something with it. And it's also going to be a lead generator. So this is not wasteful time. So you are making money, even though you are not making it right now, but you are preparing to make money, right?
Yes.
Say a few words, Erica. Give somebody some motivation, encouragement today, so we can put it on, what's our group called, Like-Minded?
Like-Minded.
Like-Minded. Go to Facebook, check out Like-Minded, become a part of Erica's community, support the work she's doing. And by the way, she's an awesome marketer. If you need help, especially setting up a funnel, and you need to do some marketing, this is the lady that you need to contact. Erica Nino at yahoo.com. And soon to be profitchick.com.
Yes.
Right? The Profit Chick. You want some profit? Check this chick out. Okay, Erica, give us something.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And I want you to know how grateful I am for you taking your time and helping me out with this. Even though years ago I prayed about, writing a book, never knew like years forward I would meet you and, you would guide me into that. So I just want to encourage you to, live your dreams. You just never know who you're going to meet. I went to a networking event. I ran across Chance here, and he told me what he was doing. I said, you know what? You and I are going to be working together because what you're doing goes perfectly with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so that was just last month. And so here we are now, and we're like-minded. We're business-oriented. We know that, there's money to be made online. And so we're here to help you guys, guide you into, if you need any help with that, again, I want to promote his book is Awesome, Monetize Your Skills. So whatever it is you're doing, whatever type of business you are in, you can create, something from that, and he would be the one to help you out with that. Tell them where to go to visit.
Oh, all right, you're doing good as a podcast host. Well, you go to monetizeyourskills.com. Monetizeyourskills.com. That's where you get the book. There's a course there that goes along with it. If you want to connect with my personal blog, it's strategicsecrets.com. Strategicsecrets.com.
Guys, thank you for being here. We'll see you soon.
All right, awesome. Again, also connect, guys. Let's connect. Like-minded. Go on Facebook and go to like-minded, and so let's be part of that community. We want to grow that community of like-minded people. It's not easy being an entrepreneur, but we want positive-minded entrepreneurs and people who have, who want to make money, but also want to do it with a big why and do it ethically. God bless. Have a good one.